In this video, we're going to talk about solving volume problems, in particular, problems that have different missing pieces. There are three formulas that you need to know. The first is volume equals base times height, which is for things like prisms and cylinders. The second is volume equals 1/3 of the base times the height, which is things like cones and pyramids. And the third equation is volume equals 4/3 of pi r cubed, and that's for the volume of a sphere. It is important that you have these three formulas memorized and know which one to use when, otherwise you won't be able to solve these problems. Let's look at an example. Here we have a cylinder whose radius is unknown, its height is 24, and its volume is 379. Now for this example, I'm not going to be concerned about units. Since this is a cylinder, we need to use the formula volume equals base times height. Now we know the volume is 379 and the base is pi r squared and the height is 24. So we replace those with the appropriate values in the original formula. Now we solve for r squared by dividing both sides by pi and 24. That gives us 379 over pi times 24 is equal to r squared. And then we take the square root of both sides. And that gives us this r equals the square root of 379 over pi times 24. Well, how do we enter that into a calculator? The way we do that is we push the number 2 because we're taking a square root, second because we want the inverse, the power button, which is the caret, open parenthesis because we want to take the square root of everything that's inside there, and then 379 divided by open parenthesis because we need to divide it by the whole denominator, pi times 24, close parenthesis to close the denominator, and then a second close parenthesis to close the square root, and then an equal button to get the answer. As an alternate, you could have figured out first what 379 divided by pi times 24 by putting 379 divided by open parenthesis pi times 24, close parenthesis, and then hitting equals, and then finding the square root of the answer.